What if I told you you could get an electric bike with a range of 80 to 100 kilometers per charge for only $6 a day or 150 a month? I imagine you'd be excited, but I have questions as well. So let's get into it. See, Telco Holdings, in partnership with Beyond Mobility, are rolling out a new system that combines electric bikes with battery swapping stations. That simply means you go to the station and you take out your battery and grab a fully charged one in less than a minute. And so the interesting part isn't the bikes, it's the batteries and the charging stations. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So what is Beyond Mobility?
Ndabantinkala is the name, Operations Director, Telecontract. Beyond Mobility is two things. It's infrastructure, and then it is a bike ecosystem. And together those things create mobility for Zimbabweans. And how we're doing that, so you'll see behind me a Beyond Mobility charge station.
But I know that you're struggling to concentrate, thinking with how unreliable ZESA is, would electric bikes work? But he touched on it already. Listen closer.
And one of the things we found out fairly early when we brought in our first electric vehicles into the country was that Tafazo went home. He was supposed to come to work the next day. He tried to charge his bike. And he actually found out when he got home there was no ZESA. And this created a little bit of an issue for electric vehicles, because the one end you're saying, yes, it's cheaper to run, but you need to have power. So our solution to that was charging and swapping stations. So effectively now Tabazo doesn't have to worry about whether he's got power at home or not. Tabazo can come, presents his depleted battery to the charge station, and he gets a fresh battery. All of that is done in less than 1 minute.
We'll get into the charging infrastructure in detail a little later. For now, let's find out more about the bikes.
All right, so currently our retail price has been 2,200. The batch that is en route, because of volumes and economies, is probably going to come down to about $1,800 for an outright purchase. But again, remember, we're trying to empower here. So one of our financial partners has come to the table. You'll see there says right now, own later. And basically the concept there is that you can lease a bike, whether daily, weekly or monthly. Typically at a monthly level it's $150 a month, and that should be enough, or it's low enough to allow most people to do their gig work and stuff, and earn enough while after 24 months of paying that installment they own the bike.
So that's the cost of the bike covered. What about swapping the batteries?
Typically we charge 75 cents per kilowatt hour, and most bikes have two batteries. So to change those two batteries is about $3. The range that you get is about 80 to 100 kilometers.
But here's where it gets different. You don't own the batteries. The company keeps ownership of all batteries, and that is a good thing. Listen on, lithium batteries, they degrade over time. And the research that Telco did says other electric bikes on the market need battery replacement after about a year, costing roughly $250. But under the Telco Beyond Mobility model, riders never carry that replacement cost. Telco Holdings and Beyond Mobility absorb that cost for you. So essentially, they are offering batteries as a service. Now back to the charging stations. The plan is ambitious.
So we are coming out of a proof of concept where we had deployed about $350,000 to kind of get to where we are, learn what we've learned, figure out what we've figured out. From here, after this launch with our financial partner, we're planning on a $4 million capex deployment, which is going to give us 50 charge stations in Harare, Bulawayo, and Victoria Falls, and hopefully by the end of 2026, about 500 bikes on road. We're working with Zimpost, so we're going to use their footprint of 254 sites across the country to deploy similar charging stations.
Because phase one targets, commercial guys, security companies, parcel delivery, food delivery, medical logistics. Then in phase two, they expand to you and I, to regular guys, to regular commuters. And they're saying, for someone currently spending about $2 per day on public transport, This could change things. See, that could solve the infrastructure problem quickly if it is executed well. But on top of all that,
Electric vehicles are about 30 to 40% cheaper to operate than your normal internal combustion bike. An internal combustion bike, so effectively, where the major cost saving is, yes, they're saving on like fuel versus electricity, almost a point of a cent less. But the major saving is actually on maintenance. Electric bikes don't have moving parts. There's no oil changes, there's no filters, there's no pistons and all the engine related things, moving parts that can go wrong. Where most IC bikes have to be maintained on a monthly or every 1,500 kilometers, you can run almost 6 months on an EV bike without having to do any major maintenance.
but here's what really decides success. Do riders take home more money after paying their lease payments and the swapping fees? If yes, then this will scale quickly. But if not, it will struggle. But Telco says this, they've spent years studying batteries and 2 and 3 wheel vehicles, and they've been operating EV bikes in Zimbabwe for 2 years. But now the real test begins. Because this won't win because it's electric, which is new and fancy and fun, or that they are cool battery swaps, which is cool technology, by the way. That is not why this will win. It will win if the economics work on the streets of Harare and Bulawayo first. Hello, Mr. Nkala, how is it?
I'm good, thank you. Today's been a marvelous day. We've had the launch of Beyond Mobility, Zimbabwe's first electric vehicle swapping and charging station network, and we're quite excited. Effectively, what is Beyond Mobility? We've been in this space for at least the last 4 years. So that in itself is a major game changer and part of the reason why we're pioneering this infrastructure. Again, you may ask why electric vehicles? Well, there's economics to it. Of course, things like the tires and things like that and brakes are the same, but that's where the major component of that 30 to 40% saving comes from. Again, how much does it cost to do a charge or a swap on our charging infrastructure? Look, it is driver dynamics or driver behavior related. Some of the guys who are driving up and down, I'm sure you saw them flying at 80 k's an hour, where someone else would keep it on an average 60 k's. So that will determine how quickly the battery depletes. Also, terrain matters. So if you decide to go riding in Glenlawn, where there's a lot of hills, obviously your mileage will be reduced somewhat. But I think in terms of the economics, it still makes a lot of sense to go the EV route, even with that 80 to 90 kilometer range.
All right. So in terms of scale, we're looking at how many stations by end of year or 2 years, 6 months or something like that.
So that's where we're going with it in 2026. Thereafter, again, following the Zimpost footprint, I've already had requests from Cholocho and Binga. If there's a Zimpost post office there, we are coming.
All right. Okay. So in terms of getting the bike, if someone is interested in this, how much will it cost to get the bike or to lease it if there are plans to do that? Lovely stuff. That's what I wanted to find out.